Beautiful morning this morning, and I just thought I'd go live for a minute because I've pulled all the horses off of pastures because I'm irrigating. Be watching for some of our upcoming videos to see kind of what's going on in our life. But as I pulled all these off, I noticed 5 of these will not be on the farm by the end of September. And I know that makes some of you anxious and not happy, but I have tried to keep you in the loop on these. But there will be some surprises also. So surprises that will come in the videos. So make sure you're watching our videos. And anyway, I just thought I'd show you these beautiful horses this morning since they're all here at the farm in one spot. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to just show you the beautiful horses, and you can see if you know which 5 will be gone by the end of September. But again, don't worry. Thank you, Janie. She said nice hat. Anyway, don't worry. There will still be lots of horses that you love, and we're gaining one horse that's coming from Florida. So anyway, tell me where you're joining me from. Awesome. Someone just said we got spared here in Orange Park. Lots of crazy wind, little rain, blessings, prayers for all the devastation. They're in Florida. Guys, be praying for them right now. That there's turmoil all around us, and these things have been prophesied, but it doesn't make it easier, but it does remind us that we ought to be living our lives the way that we should and be prepared. Walker Farm fam, good morning. How are you guys? Someone out in England said that she caught her live. I'm in England and hoping my favorites get to stay on the farm. Good morning, Vernon. Sorry guys, shouting out all these friends that I'm seeing. But I'm gonna turn the camera around for a minute. Hello in South Africa, Michelle De Silva. Is always so good to get on. But anyway, let me just kind of take you through some horses, and I may or may not tell you where they're going. See if you know if and when they're going and which horses these are. So this is Duchess. I guess I just told you which one that one is, so you guys could name them as I go. Duchess is beautiful, but she kind of likes to be the queen of the feed barrel, so I put her over here so she's not mean to the other horses. But many of you that have raised horses know you can have the sweetest horse in the world, but when it comes to food, don't get in their way. So that's Duchess. This one is Hottie. And again, if you know their story from watching one of our videos, feel free to comment and tell me which ones you think are leaving the farm or not. Hottie is beautiful. That's why they call her a Hottie. And she's my cousin's horse actually, but she will be one of the 5 that I'm showing you that is leaving the farm. It's a beautiful morning, the sunrise. The sun has risen, but it's behind the clouds, and so it's looking pretty. So it's Gary that's on from Walker Farm Fam. I hope you guys have subscribed to Walker Farm Fam. Talk about a great group of people. Gary and Cassie and the kids are all amazing. So then we got Chipper over here and her little baby Nugget. And then we got Lily. Let me show you Nugget. Nugget sure is cute. Hey Nugget, how are you, girl? How's Nugget this morning? You're learning to eat some hay, huh? I had to throw some of the feed on the ground because I put all of them in this one corral while I'm irrigating, and there's just not enough feeders to spread them out. I need to get some more feeders. But Nugget's sure looking cute. So you got Chipper and Lily and Nugget. And again, I'm irrigating right now, so I had to pull them off of pasture. But there you have it. So we got Lil here. So Lily's little filly we call Lil. Lily's Lil Eclipse 66. That's her registered name. And tell me which ones you know are going to other homes, and which ones are staying. And again, we've got one more that will join us soon. And not to mention, I still have 66. He's leased out to Martin's Quarter Horses in Bayfield, Colorado. And I have Gold 66 that I'll show you here in a minute. Nancy, thank you. She says she loves watching our videos. Michelle knows all my horses. She just names them boom, boom, boom. As I show them, she knows them. So, Samantha, good morning. She said, good morning to Alan and Vicky Palmer. That's so sweet of you. Man, I have a goat up there that will not shut up this morning, but I should have fed him before I came down here. But anyway, so we got Lil. We got Mickey. Oh, Mickey, how are you this morning? She sure has calmed down and is so gentle. We have Charlotte, little Charlotte. And then we have Lex. There's been a lot of sirens down on I-40 this morning, which is always scary. You just hope no one has been in a serious accident. But sorry, what's normally a peaceful morning is a little crazy this morning with loud goats, roosters, and now sirens. That's crazy. There's three police officers looking like they're pursuing one person. That's always scary. So Michelle said, Mickey has grown as her bum is higher than her wither. That is so interesting that you say that, because yearlings do that. She's talking about Mickey back here, and Mickey's bum is higher than her wither. And when they're about a year and a half old, they just grow. Their growth spurts don't happen real evenly. So their front end will grow, then their back end, and front end and back end. And so Michelle noticed that, and that's absolutely correct and normal. Wow, there's another police officer. I pray everything's okay down there. That's crazy. And then Michelle said same with Kix, and she's right. See how Kix is going through a growth spurt, and he's high on the back end right now, lower on the front end. Papa's Kitchen just said, is there any updates on Jarrett? I wish there were. I really wish there were. It has gone totally silent. That is just absolutely crazy, all the sirens. Sorry, we live in a small, peaceful town, so when all of a sudden sirens are going all over the place, but they're not in town, they're just bypassing town on the I-40, but still, prayers for whoever's being affected right now. But it looked like it was a high-speed chase, so I pray that whoever they're chasing can be apprehended before there's an accident or death that can occur. But anyway, so no clues on Jarrett. It is the saddest, craziest thing ever. But please keep praying. The only one that knows everything about the situation is God, and so keep praying. So that's them. So this is kick 66. And so now would be the time to start telling me which 5 will be leaving the farm within the next month. And I even think, man, 5, that's a lot, and we will miss them. But don't worry, we will continue rescuing some horses. We will still have some keepers here on the farm that are your favorites. One of those is this handsome gentleman right here. Let me show you. And he's been out on pasture with the girls until we brought them all in, and then there's some of them that aren't pregnant that I couldn't let him be running with right now. So anyway, we actually went and had 3 of them preg tested. That's a pregnancy test. Okay, so Marilyn's guesses. I just saw hers come up. Duchess, Hottie, Lily. Oops. She erased her guess right as I was trying to read them. Oh, right, here's another one. Janie says Hottie, Lily, Lil, Charlotte, and kick 66. That's her 5 guesses. So don't worry, guys. Gold 66 is here to stay, at least for now, because I would like to send him to a trainer for a while. He is so awesome and gentle and amazing, but I'm not an amazing horse trainer by any means. I've never pretended to be. A lot of people think you have a YouTube channel, so you're an expert. Gary Walker, if he's on there, will probably attest to that. All of a sudden, because you have a YouTube channel, you're the source of all knowledge. and so when you make a mistake, everyone's like, oh, you're so stupid. We thought you should know better. But anyway, Michelle just said, hey, oh, there's Marilyn's guess. Duchess, Hottie, Lily, Lil, and Kicks. That's her guesses. I'm not gonna confirm if it's right or wrong, because I want you watching our videos. And yet I know that is sad to a lot of people to think 5 of these are leaving, but I have warned you along the way. Gary said, yes, they think you should know it all, not us. Well said. But it is interesting, isn't it, Gary? All of a sudden, well, you have a YouTube channel, so therefore you're the source of all knowledge, farming, homesteading, and life. And you should know how to raise kids and how to have the perfect marriage and everything. And then if anything ever goes wrong, like you don't have a clean horse trailer, not everyone, most of you on here probably are loyal, kind friends, but little things like my horse trailer is a mess right now. I admit it. But man, I do a video and show my horse trailer, and everyone's like, oh, it's such a mess. You got to clean it. Well, guys, I hate to tell you, but our lives are busy. And a horse doesn't mind stepping on poop for a few minutes. Would it be nice if I had it cleaned out? Yeah, it sure would. And I will get to it. But sometimes there's things that are a lot higher priority, like feeding the horses and watering the horses and doctoring the horses when they're sick and providing for my family. So I'm sure Gary can relate. Sorry, Gary, I'm venting and asking you for backup. No, just kidding. But those of us that have YouTube channels, we also have lives, and we're trying our hardest. We really are. and it puts us under a microscope, but we asked for it. I mean, we created the channel. But and you know what, if people want to tell me how bad my horse trailer is and that I need to clean it, that's great, because you're right, and we really just appreciate you watching, and I'll get around to the horse trailer when I got a few minutes. But honestly, lately, I'm just trying to keep up with life. Hey, yesterday we got to talk to Blake. It was his preparation day, they call it, P-Day for short. The day they do laundry, do emails, maybe get to go play some basketball with the other missionaries or whatever. And anyway, he's doing really good. Walker's just said, yes, it's hard to see a whole life in 20-minute video. Just got to keep going. Thank you, Gary. It's good talking to you. If you have not subscribed to Walker Farm Fam, please go do that. But I have a feeling that a lot of you on here right now probably watch Walker Farm Fam, because they're one of the channels that's come out all the way from Oklahoma to visit us. So many of their followers follow our channel, and many of our followers follow their channel already. So real quick, comment, do you subscribe to Walker Farm Fam? And if not, after this, would you please go over there and do that? But real quick, let me look at some of those comments, because I've been trying to walk and pull weeds and talk. Okay, Yoda Man said it would be nice if you sent Gold 66 to Anderson's equine training in Alabama. Guys, that brings up another thought. Pam, oh, that wasn't Pam, but Pam thinks. It says, I wish I lived closer. I would love to help on the farm. Thank you, Pam. But Yoda Man, there are so many trainers that I would love to send horses to. But when you say Alabama, or I'd love to send one to Tim Anderson out in Florida, I don't know if you realize how much transport is right now across the country. If I have a horse transported, they're charging about $1.50 to $2 per mile, per loaded mile, to get a horse from A to B. So you do the math, from Holbrook, Arizona to I don't know, put Orlando, Florida, and Google that, see how far that would be, and then count on $1.50 to $2.50, or I'm sorry, $1.50 to $2 per mile. Yes, taking a horse to a trainer would be awesome, and some of the trainers that I would love to use are across the country, but it's just not feasible to do that. So anyway, I've got some ideas and we'll see. But James just said, hit that like button, 150 on and only 10 likes. I show 81 likes, but yeah, if you're showing only 10 likes, that's even worse. So I would love it if you'd smash that like button, guys. I hope you enjoyed coming along. I was checking irrigation as I spoke to you. It's finally getting down into this field a little bit, but it's been a dry summer around here. A lot of this pasture has totally died. Sue Ellen said, your channel is loved by us. That's why we visit. You have a wonderful family and loving heart. One moment at a time, and don't hesitate to do your daily walk with God. I love that. Hello from Payson, Arizona. I love your videos. Thank you, Michelle. Guys, I was gonna show you, and I showed you once before, but it has been so dry this year. Yes, it looks green and stuff. These weeds are called camel thorn, and they can grow anywhere because they send down roots about 6 feet deep to get water. But our pumpkin patch, I barely get enough water during my irrigation time to kind of trickle down into here. But then all of this has died this summer. And look at these huge cracks. Because this is clay, when it gets dry, it just opens up. I mean, that's scary. Look at that. It's like miniature Grand Canyons here. But anyway, so this has all died this summer because I've had no water get this far, which is really sad. I pray that we get some rain, better rains, and that our ground gets watered. But anyway, let me I have been diagnosed ADD. That's a true statement. That's a funny story. I can tell you here in a second. But I realized when I'm talking on my videos sometimes that I just go everywhere, and I apologize. So I started to tell you guys about Blake. We got to talk to him yesterday. He is doing amazing. He loves his mission. He's picking up Spanish. He's loving the people that he's getting to serve with, and their culture and their food. And anyway, he's doing awesome. And his companion he's assigned to first is from Mexico himself. And so Blake says he speaks as little English as I do Spanish, and he said, but he's awesome, and we're learning together, and it's just great. And anyway, so he's doing really good. We will try to put some pictures of Blake on some of our videos at the end or whatever, so be watching for those also. And so, Samantha just said, Alan, how many horses do you have now on the farm? I didn't count them as I went, so maybe we can go do that real quick. And Wild Edible said, said ADHD is a good thing. You have energy to do things. Well, thank you. My mind maybe has energy. At 52 years old, my body doesn't have as much energy as it used to. But here's the funny story about ADD, and I'm not ADHD, but ADD. When Blake was in second grade, his teacher kept saying, hey, you have got to get Blake tested. She said, he just can't concentrate. He's always looking out the window or wants to talk to his friends. He's just he's not able to concentrate. He needs to be tested. Well, as a parent, I was like, okay, he's a kid. I have a hard time concentrating, but I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to it. Maybe I do need to be a diligent parent, and so we scheduled an appointment because there was a lot of complaints about him just not focusing and stuff. And so we took him to a psychologist to get him tested, and they did this test. But I said, because I felt bad, I'm like, are you kidding? I don't focus very well myself, and now they're wanting to label my kid is what I felt, and I was like, but on the other hand, if he truly needs some help, then I ought to be a diligent parent. And so I'm like, I need to do my due diligence. But I told the psychologist, I said, I'll tell you what, we've been asked to get him tested, but everything they're complaining about my son sounds exactly like myself. I have a hard time concentrating, and I change from one story to the next and everything. So anyway, I said, so go ahead and test Blake, but I want to be tested too. Well, we both took the test, and about a week later, we go back for the results. And I'll never forget, I sit down with the psychologist, And I don't remember if it was a guy or a girl now, because it's been 10 or 12 years ago, but well, however old Blake was in second grade, he was probably 8, and now he's 18, turning 19 next week, by the way. His birthday is September 9th. So anyway, I think Blake put a link to send him cards. You could always send cards to our house and we could forward them to him. But anyway, so the psychologist said, all right, so we got the results. Blake is mildly ADD. He's just kind of right on the bubble there. But, sir, you are off the chart. And I was like, really? But part of me, it was such a relief just to know that my whole life I had been the kid that got in trouble for not focusing, for looking out the window. I grew up in Flagstaff, Arizona, and there's lots of squirrels there in the trees, and my teachers would say, Alan's always looking out the window at the squirrels, he's not focusing on the lesson. And well, guess what, guys, you can have ADD and you can still have a productive life. You can still get married, you can still have an occupation, you can still be a father and a husband and do well at life. I have my bachelor's degree and master's degrees now, and I've just learned to focus a little better, but to realize that, hey, even if you can't focus, it's all right. God made us how we are, so just enjoy the journey and get the most out of it. And we all have weaknesses, that we will be humble, and God's grace is sufficient for all men that humble themselves before him. For if we humble ourselves before him and have faith in him, then he will make weak things become strong unto him. That's a scripture from the Book of Mormon that I love. So, well, guys, have a great day. The clouds have kind of gone away. The morning sun has melted them off, and it's time to get to work. I gotta go today. But real quick, so I'm getting all these awesome comments that I haven't been able to answer. Go check out people's comments. I hope I haven't missed anything too life-shattering. But please hit that like button. Okay, so Cheryl just did the math from the mileage from Arizona to Florida is about 2,017 miles. So at $2 per mile, that's over $4,000 to haul a horse. So you can imagine, and that's one way. So then I'd be in $8,000 just in transport to get a horse out to Florida to be trained. So that's why I can't go with trainers that are far away. And I'm not trying to get a trainer that can take my horse to the national finals or the world championships. I just want some help riding. So, okay, real quick, someone asked how many horses. So there we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good morning, Lisa. 7, 8, 9, 10. And we got Gold 66. So there's 11. So there's 11. 5 of these will be going elsewhere. So we will have 6, but then we're adding another one, so there will be 7. And then I have 2 donkeys, so that's 9 animals to feed through the winter. Thanks to Lisa and Bernie, who have been just heaven sent. They are taking care of Rawhide for 2 years while Blake's on his mission. And Lisa, we cannot thank you enough. But we are so grateful because Lisa and Bernie are coming to visit us, and we ought to, now they're gonna have the expense of coming and visiting us and making the sacrifice of leaving their own animals in their own place. So not only do they feed rawhide, but then they make the sacrifice to come see us, but we can't wait. We're so excited. It's gonna be so fun. And Lisa says he's such an easy keeper. Well, I've seen it. All your animals are taken care of so well. And so it's not easy because it takes a lot of work and sacrifice, but you guys are the best. So anyway, what did I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 are leaving, so there's 6. 1's coming, 7. So we'll have 7 that I feed through the winter, but there may be a couple rescues in the works that may be coming too. So guys, have a great day. And I did not intend to tell everyone that I was diagnosed with ADD. Off the chart ADD. Blake only had it slightly. But again, God can make weak things become strong to you as you put your trust in Him and just keep on going. So, Lisa, thanks for getting on. We'll see you here in a few weeks. Love you all. Have a great day. I went from the sun behind the clouds for sunrise to I've talked for a long time, and I'm sorry I've taken up so much of your morning. Hopefully you were able to eat breakfast as you watch so you can get to work like I need to. But have a good one, everybody. God bless.